Welcome to this exclusive technology review, where we dissect the strategic moves of Cupertino and peer into the crystal ball of their next major product cycle. The early 2026 event is shaping up to be arguably the most consequential product launch window in years, not just for the sheer volume of releases, but for the fundamental shifts it signals in Apple's long-standing update rhythms. What we are witnessing is a perfect convergence of development delays and calculated strategic repositioning, resulting in a powerhouse lineup of 8 new products poised to redefine their respective categories. This massive release is a clear indicator of Apple balancing its annual revenue cycles, refreshing core professional and consumer hardware, and introducing radical new entries to compete in emerging markets. 1. The M5 series MacBook Pro, a calculated, cycle-breaking delay. Leading the charge in this new wave of innovation is the much-anticipated M5 series MacBook Pro. Whispers from reliable industry sources suggest an early 2026 release, a definitive pivot from Apple's historically dependable annual update schedule. The sheer significance of this delay cannot be overstated. Since 2006, Apple has delivered at least one new MacBook Pro model every single year. This impending gap marks the first full year without a professional laptop refresh, a move that demands rigorous examination. The final, and purely financial, consideration is the seasonal revenue balancing act. As pointed out by financial analysts, Apple's annual revenue is overwhelmingly dominated by the colossal Q4/Q1 performance fueled by the perennial iPhone launch. By pushing the high-value MacBook Pro sales into the following quarter, likely a January launch, mirroring the successful M2 Pro/Max release of 2023, Apple strategically fortifies a traditionally softer sales period. This move not only smooths out the quarterly earnings reports but also provides a powerful early-year boost to the Mac category, ensuring that the technology review headlines remain positive and focused on Apple's market momentum deep into the new calendar year. The M5 architecture itself is rumored to focus heavily on greater I/O bandwidth and potentially even higher memory ceilings, further cementing the Pro line's role as the definitive platform for intensive video editing, 3D rendering, and software development. 2. The M5 MacBook Air, a strategic spacing of power. Following closely on the heels of the Pro models, the M5 MacBook Air is also slated for the first half of 2026, yet its launch window is critical to Apple's market segmentation strategy. As veteran technology review readers know, Apple rigorously avoids simultaneous launches of the MacBook Pro and MacBook Air. This deliberate spacing, typically a gap of a few months, sometimes extending up to half a year, is a calculated tactic to maximize sales of the more expensive Pro models. It ensures that consumers eager for the latest M-series performance are incentivized to purchase the Pro in January, rather than waiting a few months for the less costly Air. Based on this historical pattern, a January Pro launch suggests the M5 Air will likely debut around April, perhaps even being reserved as a marquee announcement for the annual Worldwide Developers Conference, WWDC, in June. The M5 MacBook Air is expected to remain largely unchanged in external design, continuing the sleek, fanless industrial form factor introduced in recent generations. The upgrade here is fundamentally a silicon leap. The M5 chip in the Air will likely be binned for efficiency, perhaps featuring fewer GPU cores enabled compared to its Pro counterpart, but still delivering a staggering jump in processing power and, crucially, power efficiency over the M4 Air. This focus on efficiency is paramount for the fanless design, allowing for superior thermal dissipation and, consequently, longer battery life. We anticipate that Apple will leverage the M5's architecture to maintain its lead in sustained, quiet performance, making it the ideal machine for students and mainstream productivity users. While external design is static, minor specification bumps could include faster unified memory configurations or an improved FaceTime camera module, but the core narrative remains the same, a powerful, thin, and supremely efficient chip upgrade that makes the best-selling laptop even better. 3. Updated Studio Display Pro, Mini LED and promotion for professionals. A product that has long been sought after by the professional community, and a constant subject of online technology review forums, is an updated, truly pro version of the Studio display. This new monitor is now projected for an early 2026 release, aligning its debut with the M5 generation of professional Macs. 4. The budget iPad refresh, the A18 engine for the masses. The budget-tier iPad is a perennial bestseller for Apple, acting as the gateway product into the ecosystem for students, education institutions, and first-time tablet buyers. Apple has a near-unblemished record of annually updating this model, a trend that appears set to continue with a new iteration arriving in early 2026. This dedication to constant updates underscores the strategic importance of the budget iPad. It is Apple's primary defense against market share erosion from aggressively priced Android tablets and other low-cost competitors. For this next version, major external design changes are not on the docket. There will be no promotion, no mini LED, and certainly no expensive OLED panels. The focus remains on cost-effective performance and longevity. The critical upgrade will be the inclusion of the latest silicon, likely the A18 chip. This represents a significant performance leap, ensuring the device remains responsive and fully supported by iPadOS updates for many years to come. The A18, even in its non-Pro configuration, will be a highly capable processor, leveraging the latest advancements in CPU and GPU technology from the concurrent iPhone generation. This allows the budget iPad to easily handle demanding educational apps, light gaming, and seamless multitasking. According to technology review sources, the launch is anticipated around March or April, fitting perfectly into Apple's typical spring event cadence, an ideal time for back-to-school purchasing announcements and refreshing the consumer electronics lineup ahead of summer. 5. The 13-inch Chromebook competitor, MacBook, redefining the entry-level laptop. Perhaps the most disruptive of the 8 predicted products is an entirely new category for Apple, a 13-inch MacBook designed explicitly to compete with the high-end Chromebook and budget Windows laptop markets. This is a clear strategic move to capture market share in education and developing regions, a territory where Apple has historically ceded ground due to premium pricing. 6. Smart Home Hub, the dedicated command center. Apple's ambition in the smart home space has been clear but fragmented, relying on iPhones, iPads, and HomePods to act as control centers. The new Smart Home Hub, or dedicated iPad-style command center, signals a serious and cohesive commitment to the smart living environment. This device is not merely an iPad stuck to a wall, it is a purpose-built, dedicated controller with a persistent display interface. It is designed to be the central point of interaction for all HomeKit devices, offering a tailored interface that goes beyond the current Home app experience. This hub is expected to feature a higher quality, more durable, and aesthetically integrated design, with multiple mounting and accessory options. Its core functionality will revolve around advanced multi-user support, allowing different family members to have personalized views and controls, and deep integration with modern connectivity standards like Matter and Thread. The device is also rumored to incorporate enhanced acoustic capabilities, potentially acting as a superior sound processing unit or an advanced HomePod mini alternative. The prolonged delay of this product, originally anticipated earlier, has been attributed to persistent issues and necessary overhauls of the Siri ecosystem. For this smart home hub to be successful, Siri must evolve from a temperamental voice assistant to a reliable, context-aware, and ultra-fast primary control interface. The early 2026 launch window suggests Apple is confident that its internal development on Siri and the underlying HomeOS architecture has reached the necessary level of maturity for this pivotal device. 7. iPhone 17e, the evolution of the essential iPhone. In a significant branding move, Apple recently replaced the long-standing SE moniker with the E designation, debuting the iPhone 16e. This has paved the way for the iPhone 17e, which is already rumored to be part of the early 2026 lineup, likely launching as soon as February. The E series is designed to offer the latest performance at a compelling price point, and the 17e will continue this trend. The major draw of the iPhone 17e is the expected inclusion of the A9. The early 2026 Apple event is more than a simple product launch, it is a strategic repositioning of the company's entire hardware portfolio. By delaying the MacBook Pro to realign its update cadence, introducing the disruptive $600 Chromebook killer, and finally delivering on a dedicated smart home hub, Apple is aggressively managing its product tiers, maximizing revenue distribution, and preparing its ecosystem for the next decade of computing. This convergence of 8 high-impact products, from the professional powerhouses to the essential consumer entries, signals a calculated and highly exciting start to the new year for technology review enthusiasts worldwide.